Hey everyone. I wanted to talk to you a bit about visual hierarchy. And the reason I wanted to touch on this is because this seems to be an area where a lot of students get confused or seem to trip up on this issue. What is visual hierarchy and why do we need it? Visual hierarchy, in a sense, is when you, as a designer, it's your responsibility to guide the viewer through your piece. And actually, can you tell this is unrehearsed? Any person who's involved in the visual arts, whether you're a stage set designer, a ceramicist, a painter, it's your job to help the viewer when they come to your piece and they look at it, is to help them guide their eye through the piece. And you do that by taking all of your elements, whether it's copy, graphical elements, color, texture, or whatever, and placing them in a certain way where when their eye hits your piece, it's guided through because you're telling them what's more important than other pieces. And why is this important? Well, first of all, at least in the graphical field, the communication arts, design and marketing, people don't have a lot of time. And when they're going through the mail or they see a billboard or a magazine ad, they don't give it a lot of time to look at. They don't have the time to try to decipher what they're seeing and try to figure out what your message is. So it's important when they first look at it is for them to be able to see instantly what it's all about. Let's say they're getting a postcard in the mail and they're flipping through their junk mail, and which you know exactly what that's like. You get this giant stack, you're flipping through it, and if they don't recognize what it is you're trying to say right away, you know what's going to happen. You know, they're going to pitch it. So when they get it, you have to tell them right away what the message is and what this is all about. Okay. One great example of this, if you want to do some research, is just go to your Blockbuster video store or any video store, and on the DVD covers, when you're perusing the aisles, you can see instantly what the subject is. You'll know whether it's a killer slasher movie, a romantic comedy, a children's show, or whatever. Just by instantly looking at it, you can know exactly what that video is about, and that will help you make your decision. The designer is helping you kind of figure out what to buy and to help you see their product. And they also know that their product is going to be next to a lot of others, so it's their job to help you to discern between all of these. Bookstores are a great example also. Here I have an example. I don't know if you can see this. This is the latest book by David Sedaris. Now, what's interesting is if you go back and look at some of his earlier books, it will have a big photo and a very giant headline across the top, and his name would be small. Well, what happened? Well, he became famous, right? So now, what's one of the main elements on this? It's his name, because they know that when you're in the bookstore and you're looking through the bin, you'll see, oh, David Sedaris, and you'll pick that book up. So they want to make sure that that is something you want to see. Lesser known books. This is Life of Pi, and try to ignore this this little emblem there. I'll cover it with my fingers. You'll see here that this is the center, and then the name, the elements around it, and then the author's name. And you know, they're trying to tell you what's going on in the book, what the book is kind of about. You know, you may not know exactly what it is, but you know it's not, you know, a romantic book, or it's not an autobiography or a biography of someone. They're helping you put it into the category. So it's very important for you to think about your piece when you're making it, putting yourself in the shoes of the viewer. They're going to pick it up, and they have to know right away what they're looking at, okay? And what is the first thing you want them to see? Is it a musical? Is it an art exhibition or whatever, a play? They have to know right away what it is, okay? And what a lot of students do is they get excited and they try to just cram a lot of stuff on the front. They'll put multiple pictures, words and the date and the time, and the venue and all this kind of stuff. When people see that in the mail, they pick it up or wherever they get it, and they see just this giant pig pile of information, it's just too much for them to kind of handle. I'm not downplaying the viewer, but if they see it and they have all this information coming at them, they're not really going to be able to decode that very quickly. So again, think very carefully about what the first thing is that they're going to see. What is the message you want to tell them? And then think about all the other items underneath. Okay. Let's say it's a musical. Okay. You might have the name of the musical across the top, and then a supporting picture, and then all the other elements underneath. If you want to think about it in a term, think of a band. All right. Think of let's say U2, for instance. Bono, of course, is the lead singer, so he's the front man or front person for the band. He's out on stage, the spotlight's on him. He's dressed appropriately to get the attention of what the crowd's expecting, and the other band members are behind him in a supportive mode. Okay, I tend to think of people like James Brown myself when I do this. So you need to find your James Brown or your Bono or whoever it is when you're designing a piece, and use all the other elements in a supportive way. Okay, but not one wall behind them. Each one has to kind of be behind the other. You need to help the viewer's eye be guided through that. And I say eye in a singular because you want them to be in maybe a monocular vision. Both eyes is a set of eyes of the way they're looking at it. Okay, I hope this helps. Thanks.